Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is my English classes. So today we are telling the chapter name is the shed. So did you ever see a shed? Like how will be the shed? A olden shed, how will it be? Like it will be the broken pieces, um, like spiders, bugs, and somewhat broken pieces of glasses. Broken pieces of some glasses in it, and broken things, and there will be some insects. Sorry, like that the olden shed will be. So today learn what did the poet think of the shed. Okay, the poet name is the Frank Flynn. Who is Frank Flynn? He is the poet that he only wrote this lesson, and he was born on 6th December 1906 in Australia and in the place of Sydney, and he died in 29 July 2000. And the books what he wrote is The Living Heart, The Northern Gateway, Rebuilding the Bacon, Point Smith, Port Egiston. So he wrote these books. So, before going to this chapter, first who will learn who is Frank Flynn and what is he? So, the poet name is Frank Flynn. Francis Thelenus Frank Flynn, by profession, he was an Australian. So, he was an Australian doctor. That means that Frank Flynn is an Australian doctor, comma, author, and missionary priest. So this Frank Flynn, he was a Australian doctor, he was an Australian author, and he was the missionary priest. Okay, the central idea of the poem is the shed. So, so today what we are discussing is the shed. So that they are telling is rationally and fearless. Rationality. So this shed is something not fearless and also rationality. The poem teaches us that we should not believe in baseless and imaginative stories about ghosts and other supernatural creatures, as these stories are mostly used by people of their own benefit. Okay, here is the Dr. Frank Fern, what we are seeing here. Okay, next. In this lesson, the hard words, the what does the word shed means? Shed means what? Shed means to separate. To separate. In parts of speech, this shed is called a verb. In sentence, like sentence that is like judicious, judicious trees shed their leaves in autumn. I hope you know what is judicious trees. Yeah, from the trees, leaves will fall down. So that is telling here. And derivatives, that is shearing and shedded. Shedding means what is happening now. Shedded means which had already completed. In parts of speech, this shed is the verb, and it is also an adjective. And the other one is the bottom, lowest part of anything. So bottom means it is the lowest part of anything. So in parts of speech that is now, and in sentence the best fish swims at the bottom means a best fish swim at the bottom means the best fish is swimming at the lowest part. Okay, in derivatives that is bottomless, bottomless. In parts of speech this bottom is adjective. And the word creak. So what is creak? The sound produced by anything that creaks. In parts of speech that is called a noun. In sentence, I heard a creak on the stairs. Okay, so what is here? Like I heard a sound produced by the stars. Okay, and in derivatives that is called as creakness, creaklingly. In part of speech that may call as a noun or the adverb. So the creak is noun and the adverb. Next word is lie, to rest on a surface. So in part of speech that is a verb. Sentence that is in the grave the rich and poor lie equal. You know what is grave, right? In the grave the rich and poor lie equal. See, in a grave the rich people and the poor people also lie in equal. Means how poor people are doing, the same way also rich people are doing. Okay, then derivatives for that is a laying, lay, laying. And in parts of speech, that is verb. And the word is dusty, that is covered by dust. Okay, covered by dust means if you take a shed itself, a shed will be full of dust, right? So what is dust? See, if so many days are over, then we will get some dust on the top of the thing what we kept for so many days. Yes, right? And we'll see a sentence. We drove along the dusty road means like see if a lorry is going and it have or if you take a car is going and in the car they were throwing some waste bins and they were making some clay. With clay they are playing and they throw the clay out and it was full of dust. Means like the dust means it's full of rubbish. So they are telling here we drove that dusty road means they drove the car on the dusty road means the rubbish road. The derivatives are dustable and dust. The parts of speech for this is adjective and noun. Okay, so we came to the chapter now. There is a shed at the bottom of our garden with a spider's web hanging across the door. So the poem, the the poet is telling that there is a shed bottom on our garden. So what did we learn here? What is the meaning of shed and what is the meaning of bottom? See, shed means to see here. Shed means to separate, and bottom is the lowest part of anything. Okay. See, in the poem of our garden with a spider web hanging across the door, and the poet is telling that there is a shed, means at the lowest part of the garden, there is a shed they're telling with a spider web hanging across the door. That means a spider web. Do you know what a spider web? An insect hanging to it, the web hanging across the door. So it is hanging across the door. So the hinges are rusty and the creak in the wind. The hinges are rusty and creak in the wind. See here, the hinges are rusty and creak in the wind. So what is the meaning of hinges here? Hinges are rusty. Means, see, here you can see a door right here. So this is called the hinges are rusty. If it is happened for so many days and it is the iron, then they will form a rust. The poet is saying that when I am in bed, I lie and I listen. So when poet is lying in the bed, he listens and he says, I will open the door one day. So explanation for this is at the bottom of the garden, there's a shed. Hardly anybody goes inside the shed. Therefore, the hinges or the doors joined have become rusty and make a lot of noise. Whenever the wind makes them move, when the poet is peacefully lying in the bed, he sometimes hears noise from the shed. The poet wishes to be able to open the door of the shed someday. So, this is the explanation. There's a dusty old window at the side with three cracked panes of glass. See, here you can see, right? See, here you can see six windows. In that, what is the poem saying? Three with three. See, three cracked panes are there. Three cracked panes of glass. See here, there are six glasses, and three of them, this one, and this one. These three windows are broken, they are saying. And I often think there is someone staring at me. Each time that I pass, I will peep through that window one day. And the poet is saying that someone is staring me. Someone is staring me not to go to the shed where each time I pass. Then the poet is saying, I will peep through that window one day. He is saying that one day I will confirmly go to that shed one day. And the explanation is the shed has a dusty old window on its side. Three glass panes of the window are broken. Whenever the poet passes through the shed, he gets the feeling as if someone was staring at him. To find out, the poet wishes peep inside the shed. Then his brother says that my brother says there's a ghost in the shed who hides under the rotten floorboards. So this poet's brother says that there is a ghost inside the shed who hides under the rotten floorboards. So the poet's brother says like this. And if I ever dare to set foot inside, then the poet will say, and if I never dare to set foot inside. And his explanation is the poet's brother talks about the presence of the ghost inside the shed and warns the poet that if he went inside the shed, the ghost would chop off his head. However, this does not much frighten the poet. He still wishes to one day step inside the shed and see for himself. I know that isn't a real ghost. My brother tells lies to keep the shed for his den. There isn't anyone staring or making strange noises, and the spider has been gone. The spider has been gone from his web since I don't know when. I will go into that shed one day soon, but not just yet. Then the poet is saying that I know there is not a ghost inside the shed or anything. My brother tells to me lie because his brother wanted him his the shed as his den. So his brother wants the shed as his den. Then the poet is saying no one is staring or making strange noises, and the spider gone from his web. And the spider is also not there, and it is gone from the verb. Since I don't know when, then the poet is saying that I don't know when I will go into the shed, but I will go into that shed one day soon, but not now. The explanation is the poet is able to overcome his fears. He is able to understand that there is no ghost inside the shed. And the spider too is no longer there. His brother has been telling him lies because he wanted to retain the shed for his own self. Therefore, very soon the poet. Therefore, very soon. Therefore, very soon the poet would be able to set and foot inside the shed. Then the poet, for this, the poetic devices personification. Here, the shed is given life, and we are able to retell to it like ghosts and webs, which are personified in this poem. Imaginary is we image the shed. Then we'll just recall title and poet. The title is the shed, and the poet theme is the Frank Flynn. The central theme is rationality and fearless. The secret that speaker is he is a giant from inside. In the hard words are creek, shed, dusty, and the poetic device is personification and imaginary. There isn't anyone staring or making strange noises, and the web has been gone from his web. Who tells the poet there is a ghost? His brother tells that to the poet that there is a ghost inside the shed. Who makes strange noises? No one makes noises. Why does the brother lie? The brother lie because he wants the shed as the den. Where is the shed? It is the shed is at the bottom of the garden. What is the wish of the poet? The wish of the poet is he wants to go into the shed one day. So these are the answers. Okay? So thank you for watching my video. Bye bye.